Hello, all. Good morning. Let us try to understand what exactly the convolution and what are the different types of convolutions, and also understanding the linear time invariant system. And now we are going to determine the response of linear time invariant system in the case of continuous system and discrete system. So, linear time invariant system, LTI system. Now, we have seen the definition of linearity and how do you comment on a system whether the given system is linear, non-linear, or even we have seen the definition of time invariant system and variant system, and how do we define the variance and time invariance of a particular system. Now, if any system is said to be LTI system, if a system satisfies linearity and time invariance, linearity and time invariance is known as linear time invariant system. So, what is meant by linearity? As well as we know, a system is said to be linear system if it satisfies the principle of superposition and homogeneity, and a system is said to be a time invariant system if the delay or advance causes similar effects in the input and output. So, if any system satisfies this linearity and time invariance is considered as the linear time invariant system. Now, let us try to understand how signal is transmitted through the linear time invariant system. And now, we are going to determine the response or the output of LTI system with the concept of convolution. So, let us consider LTI system. If I take it as linear time invariant system, LTI system, whose impulse response is h of t and y of t is the output and x of t is the input. This is the input signal which we are trying to apply for the LTI system, and this is the output signal which we are trying to get from the system. And h of t is the impulse response, impulse response. Impulse means when the input to the system is function, the output of the system is known as impulse response. And if y of t is the x of t response, h of t is impulse response. When the input is impulse function for this LTI system, the output of the system is known as impulse response. Now, for this particular linear time invariant system, the response of linear time invariant system can be written as y of t can be written as x of t convolution with h of t. This is always valid in time domain. Where this star is nothing but a convolution operator. Convolution, and suppose if I try to apply the Fourier transform for this particular response. So, if it is the Fourier transform of, if I consider x of t, x of f Fourier transform pair, and y of t, y of f Fourier transform pair, similarly h of t and h of f Fourier transform pairs. Now, if I take the Fourier transform for y of t, this becomes y of f, and this is equal to x of f And based on the convolution theorem, if two signals multiply, if two signals convolve in the time domain, this convolution becomes multiplication. So this convolution becomes multiplication. That is the reason this h of t, this convolution becomes multiplication, h of t becomes h of f. And from this we can write it as h of f is equal to y of f divided by x of f, y of f divided by x of f. So this is generally considered as the transfer function of LTI system, transfer function of LTI system. How do you define this transfer function? In the sense, what is y of f? The Fourier transform of output, and x of f is nothing but Fourier transform of input. So the ratio of Fourier transform of output to the ratio of input, which is considered as the transfer function for the given linear time invariant system. So output of Fourier transform of output divided by Fourier transform of input is known as the transfer function, and which is represented by this particular h of f. Now this is a brief introduction to this linear time invariant system, and this can also be written as, then the output of this particular function can also be written as, rather than writing x of t, h of t convolution with x of t. This is also valid because convolution allows commutative property. It's like x of t convolution with h of t or h of t convolution with x of t. So now with this basic information, let us try to understand how convolution, how convolution will be determined for two signals. How convolution will be determined for the signals. Now, as I mentioned, the convolution, the output y of t is equal to x of t convolution with h of t, and which is equal to which can also be written as integration minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau h of t minus tau into d tau. And this can also be expressed as I said, the convolution concept allows the commutative property. So this y of t can also be expressed as h of t convolution with x of t, which is equal to integration minus infinite to plus infinite. Then we can write h of tau x of t minus tau into d tau. Now where we can, tau is a dummy variable, Based on this fundamental definition of the convolution, let us try to understand what are the various, what exactly mean by the convolution, because if at all, if you want to determine the response of this linear time invariant system, what you have to do, the convolution is nothing but a mathematical operation of input with impulse response. So this mathematical operation, then what exactly mean by this mathematical operation, and what are the different operations this convolution involves? Let us try to understand with the help of this fundamental definition of the convolution. Now, if you look at this x of t convolution with h of t, integration minus infinite to plus infinite, x of tau, h of t minus tau. Just already I mentioned the tau is a dummy variable. Then again this tau we are going to replace with t in the analysis. It's a temporary variable, what I mean to say is. Now let us understand what are the different operations involved in the convolution. Suppose h of t is given, x of t is given, and h of t we can calculate. X of t is given, h of t can be calculated. Suppose if based on this information, if at all, if I want to determine the response of this linear time invariant system, what I have to do, I have to understand, I have to determine the convolution for these two signals. That is nothing but the response of linear time invariant system. So if you are able to determine the convolution between two signals, so that will be the output of linear time invariant system. If I say two signals in the sense input and impulse response. So now assume that this input is given, impulse response we can calculate for all the linear time invariant systems, and based on this fundamental definition, what I have to do is I cannot use this x of t as it is in this particular the fundamental integral formula of the convolution. I have to change the variable from t to tau. I have to change the variable from t to tau so that I can use it. So x of t becomes x of tau, x of t becomes x of tau, and h of t becomes h of tau. There will not be any changes for the signals. Even if you change, it's like it will be like this. If I change the variable, x of t, if I say x of t 0 and this is t, this is my signal, let us consider. After changing the variable, there will not be any change in terms of signal, there will not be any change. So it becomes 0, this is tau, the signal will be same. There will not be any change in terms of signal. So just I am trying to changing the variable from t to tau to make you understand and to understand how convolution will be determined based on this particular fundamental integral equation of the convolution. So after this, what I have to do? X of t I know. Now I am able to use this x of t in this particular the definition. But still I cannot use h of tau as it is in this. But from this, what I want to do is, I want to make use of this h of tau. I want to determine h of minus tau, because I have h of minus tau plus t. So what operation you are expecting? Can you guess what is the operation you expect to get h of minus tau to h of tau? Can you think for a minute and try to understand how what operation is required to get h of minus tau from h of tau? What operation you are going to perform? Right. So just cross check. Now to get this h of minus tau from h of tau, we required an operation called time shifting. We call it as time shifting. Then still I cannot use this h of minus tau in this particular expression, because I do not have h of minus tau here. I have h of t minus tau. From this h of minus tau, what I want is h of minus tau plus t. This can also be represented. This can also be represented as h of t minus tau. Both are same. Now, what operation you expect for this? Similarly, the way we try to understand to get h of minus t from h of minus tau from h of tau, I require time shifting. So this is time folding operation. Time folding operation. Now to get h of t minus tau from h of tau, what operation is required is time shifting operation is required. Now having said, I know x of tau now, and I also know h of t minus tau. So I got this h of t minus tau. So after getting this x of tau and h of t minus tau, what I have to do is I need to multiply these two signals. So third operation, I need to get h of x of tau and h of t minus tau. Then the third operation in the convolution process is multiplication is required. multiplication. Then after multiplication, in order to integrate this particular product, I need to go for an integration. So that is integration from minus infinite to plus infinite, x of tau, h of t minus tau, and d tau. This is the complete different operations. Fourth operation of this particular convolution is integration. Integration. Now, if you summarize the different operations, the different operations in the convolution is, one is time shifting, one is time folding, second is time shifting, third is multiplication, fourth is integration. So, now is the convolution. Now we can conclude finally the convolution is the combination of this particular four operations. If at all, if you want to determine directly or indirectly, we need to perform these four operations. Then only we can determine the convolution for two signals. So if we are able to determine the convolution for two signals, and we can easily calculate determine the response of linear time invariant system, because the response of linear time invariant system is nothing but the convolution of input with impulse response of the system. So that in that way we can calculate the convolution response of linear time invariant system with the help of the convolution. Similarly, the same analysis even we can do for discrete linear time invariant system, linear invariant system. The only the difference is in that case it involves same operation, time folding, time shifting, multiplication, but integration is replaced by the summation in the case of discrete. That is only the difference. Apart from that, first three operations are same in the continuous convolution or discrete convolution. Only the difference is the integration is replaced by summation in the discrete convolution, and that is valid for the discrete linear time invariant system. So this is the brief understanding of convolution. What exactly, it's not simply a mathematical operation. Convolution involves these four operations. If at all, if you want to determine the response of linear time invariant system, you should determine the response, you should determine the convolution of input with impulse response, that is nothing but the response or output of linear time invariant system. That's all. Thank you.